What if I told you that the greatest secret in the Bible is not about heaven or hell, not about prophets or kings, but about angels? Angels who fell angels, who crossed the line between the divine and the human angels, who defied God and changed the destiny of the world forever. These are not the cherubs painted on cathedral ceilings, not the guardian spirits whispered about in bedtime prayers. These were beings of unimaginable power, beings who once stood in the presence of God himself, who chose rebellion, who descended to earth, and who committed acts so shocking that their story was buried, hidden, almost erased from history. These beings are called the Watchers, and tonight we uncover their untold secrets. The Bible hints at their story in one of the most mysterious passages in Genesis. It says, "When mankind began to multiply on the earth, the sons of God saw that the daughters of humans were beautiful, and they took them as wives." Sons of God. Who were they? Not men, not kings, not prophets, but heavenly beings, angels. These were the Watchers, charged by God to watch over humanity. But instead of guarding mankind, they fell in love with it, lusted after it, and broke the most sacred boundary between heaven and earth. Imagine it. Angels leaving their stations in the heavenly realm, descending through the skies, appearing among humans not as invisible spirits, but as radiant beings of glory. Imagine the terror and awe of those first encounters. Men and women seeing the unearthly beauty of these beings, watching them take wives, bear children, and establish their own kingdoms. The offspring of these unions were no ordinary children. They were giants, Nephilim, mighty men of renown, beings of superhuman strength and stature, who filled the earth with violence and chaos. The story doesn't end there. The ancient Book of Enoch, a text so controversial that it was excluded from most Bibles, gives us a chilling expansion of this tale. It says, "The Watchers taught humanity forbidden knowledge, secrets meant only for heaven. They taught men the art of war, the forging of weapons, the crafting of swords and spears. They taught women the secrets of enchantment, cosmetics, and seduction. They revealed the courses of the stars, the movements of the heavens, and the hidden powers of the earth." To a young, innocent humanity, this knowledge was intoxicating, but it came at a price. For with every secret revealed, mankind grew more violent, more corrupt, more enslaved to passions and bloodshed. Can you see it? The Watchers descending not to protect, but to corrupt, shaping human civilization with knowledge stolen from heaven. They were supposed to be guardians, but instead they became tyrants, gods among men. The Nephilim, their giant children, roamed the earth like predators, devouring everything in sight, waging wars, consuming humanity itself. The cries of the innocent rose to heaven, and God looked down and saw a world utterly corrupted. This, the Bible says, is why the flood came, not simply to wash away human wickedness, but to erase the legacy of the Watchers and their monstrous offspring. But judgment did not stop with the flood. According to Enoch, the angels who fell, the Watchers themselves, were punished in a way more terrifying than death. Bound in chains, cast into the abyss, locked in darkness until the day of final judgment. Imagine that, beings of light, now imprisoned in caverns of shadow, chained in silence, waiting for the end of days. Peter echoes this in the New Testament, writing, "God did not spare the angels who sinned, but cast them into Tartarus, bound them in chains of darkness to be reserved for judgment." Jude echoes the same. "The angels who did not keep their proper domain but abandoned their abode, he has kept in everlasting chains under darkness for the judgment of the great day." These are not metaphors. These are echoes of the Watchers' fate. But here is the question that haunts us. Why was their story hidden? Why is it only whispered in fragments in the Bible, while the Book of Enoch preserves the full tale? Why did ancient church fathers read and respect Enoch, only for it later to be branded forbidden? Perhaps because the story of the Watchers is too disturbing, too dangerous, too world-altering to be comfortably preached from pulpits. It forces us to ask questions about the very fabric of reality, questions about the boundaries between heaven and earth, about the dangers of knowledge, about the unseen forces still at work in our world. Because here's the truth: the Watcher's story is not over. Jesus himself said, "As it was in the days of Noah, so shall it be at the coming of the Son of Man." In the days of Noah, the Watchers walked among men. Their children filled the earth. Their corruption spread like wildfire. If history is to repeat itself, what does that mean for us today? Are the secrets of the Watchers still alive? Are their teachings buried in ancient mysteries, waiting to be rediscovered? Do their spirits still whisper from the abyss? Look around you. Technology advancing at breakneck speed, humanity unlocking secrets of genetics, artificial intelligence, cosmic power, knowledge that feels almost otherworldly. Could it be that the forbidden knowledge of the Watchers is resurfacing, disguised as human progress? Could it be that their influence, though chained, still echoes through the corridors of human thought? The Bible warns us that in the last days, deception will rise, false gods will appear, and humanity will once again be seduced by powers beyond their comprehension. What if the fallen Watchers are part of that deception? What if their secrets are not buried, but waiting, re-emerging as humanity pushes the boundaries of science and spirituality? Think about it. Ancient myths from cultures around the world tell of gods who descended from the heavens, taught humanity, and fathered giants. The Greeks spoke of the Titans, the Mesopotamians of Apkallu, the Sumerians of Anunnaki. Could all these stories be distorted echoes of the Watchers? Were these not myths, but memories? Memories of the time when angels walked the earth and changed it forever. And if that is true, then the Watchers' story is not just history, it is prophecy, a warning, a shadow over our present and our future. Their punishment may have been severe, but the ripple of their rebellion still moves through time, shaking civilizations, inspiring myths, influencing humanity in ways we barely understand. But here lies the greatest secret of all. Though the Watchers fell, though their story is one of rebellion and corruption, their tale also points to the hope of redemption. For if angels of unimaginable power could fall, if giants could rise and be destroyed, if the earth itself could be cleansed by judgment, then it means that no rebellion, no corruption, no darkness can outlast the justice of God. The chains of the Watchers are proof that evil is restrained, that judgment is certain, that even the most powerful cannot escape the hand of the Almighty. So the question is not simply, what happened to the Watchers? The question is, what will happen when the chains are loosed, when the abyss opens, when history repeats as in the days of Noah? Are we ready? Are we prepared for the secrets of the Watchers to resurface, for the forbidden knowledge to tempt humanity once more? This is not just a story, it is a revelation. The Watchers were real. Their rebellion reshaped the world. Their secrets still echo in myths, in legends, in the restless hunger of humanity for forbidden power. And as prophecy warns, their shadow will rise again. The untold secrets of the Watchers are not merely about the past. They are about the present, about you, about us, about the choices we make in a world that still hungers for forbidden fruit. Will we fall for the deception once again, or will we stand in the light? Remember this: angels who fell once walked the earth, their children once ruled it, their secrets once corrupted it. And the day may come when the world sees their influence rise again. As it was in the days of Noah, so it shall be. So now you know the angels who fell, the Watchers, their untold secrets. The question is, what will you do with that knowledge?